5:17 hours, Strait of Hormuz. The pre-dawn surface is glass flat, the air heavy with salt and residual heat. Then 6 acoustic signatures materialize simultaneously, and the battlespace transforms in a single breath. The AN/BQQ-1O sonar arrays. Aboard the guided missile destroyer USS Gravely, register the contacts at 5 hours 17 minutes and 43 seconds hours. Not 1, not 2. 6 distinct subsurface signatures, triangulated across a 40 nautical mile arc, fanning outward from the northern transit corridor of the Strait of Hormuz in a deliberate, pre-planned geometric pattern. The tactical action. Officer calls general quarters without hesitation. Within 11 seconds, every combat station aboard the carrier strike group is manned. The threat assessment comes fast and clinical. Kilo-class and Fateh-class diesel-electric submarines, Iranian Navy designation. Operating in coordinated Wolfpack formation. A tactic Iran has rehearsed in doctrine, but never deployed at this scale against an active American carrier strike group. 6 submarines, 1 target. The USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, operating under modified exercise parameters in the world's most strategically consequential waterway. The stakes clarify immediately. This drill is not a drill in spirit. Every system responds as if the torpedoes are reeled at 5:19 hours. Strike Group Commander Rear Admiral T. Hargrove receives the consolidated picture from the carrier strike group's Combat Direction Center. The threat axis is unmistakable. All 6 contacts are maneuvering, not stationary, not passive. They are prosecuting. 3 contacts are holding at depth in the northwestern corridor. Maximum estimated range 28 nautical miles from Lincoln's current position. 2 contacts have gone deep, below the thermocline layer at approximately 180 meters, employing thermal masking against active sonar. The 6th contact, designated Sierra 6, is moving at a bearing that places it on a direct intercept vector with the carrier's projected track. The geometry is elegant and hostile. Someone planned this with precision. At 5:22 hours, the P-8A. Poseidon Maritime Patrol aircraft already on station. Calcine Trident 11 receives retasking orders. 2 MH-6OR Seahawk helicopters are launched from the deck of USS Gravely and USS Lady Gulf simultaneously. The rotors bite into the humid air at 5:24 hours. Each aircraft carries a payload of Mark 54 lightweight torpedoes and AN/KQS-22 airborne low-frequency sonar systems. The hunt has begun before the sun has cleared the Omani coast. At 5:27 hours, Trident 11 drops a pattern of sonobuoys across the northern axis. 24 expendable NSS Q-62E directional sonobuoys, covering a 15 nautical mile barrier. 2 contacts, Sierra 2 and Sierra 4, walk directly into the detection web. Their bearing rates confirm inbound prosecution. The Poseidon's tactical coordinator marks both contacts as weapons-free eligible under exercise protocols. Simulated. Torpedo solutions are computed. Time to simulated impact from Sierra 2:09 minutes at estimated current speed. At 5:31 hours. USS Gravely executes an emergency sprint maneuver, interposing its hull between the threat axis and Lincoln's starboard quarter. This is deliberate ship handling, putting the destroyer's AN/SQS-53C hull-mounted sonar directly between the carrier and the most dangerous contact. Sierra 6. The destroyer's commanding officer, Commander Lisa Okafor, orders active sonar. Pinning. The geometry becomes contested. Sierra 6 slows. It has been prosecuted. At 5:34 hours, the carrier's own embarked air wing enters the equation. 2 S-3 Viking derivatives, now operating in modified maritime patrol configurations, are already airborne from Lincoln's deck, supplementing the surface picture with airborne radar coverage. The Tactical Operations Center aboard Lincoln has established a three-dimensional threat picture spanning the entire Strait Corridor. Simultaneously, two more MH-6 ORS lift from the flight deck of the frigate USS Billings, 18 nautical miles to the south. The anti-submarine net tightens from every vector dot at 5:38 hours. The Trident 11 crew calls the first simulated kill. Sierra 2, the Kilo-class contact that prosecuted furthest into the Sonobuoy barrier, is assessed as neutralized under exercise scoring rules. One down dot at 5:41 hours. Sierra 4 attempts a high-speed sprint to close the range against Lincoln. The sprint lasts 43 seconds before an MH-6 OR from Gravely achieves a valid torpedo solution. Mark 54, simulated release. Time to impact, 12 seconds. Exercise adjudicators call Sierra 4 killed. Two down dot at 5:44 hours, Sierra 1 and Sierra 3. The contacts holding depth in the northwest begin a coordinated move. Both ascend through the thermocline simultaneously, reaching shallower depths to gain targeting solution quality against the carrier. The tactic indicates synchronized command. These submarines are communicating via acoustic data link or pre-programmed time-on-target coordination. The Poseidon crew tracks the ascent and holds both contacts in the engagement envelope. Weapon solutions are current. The calls go to the exercise director. Simulated release authorized dot at 5:47 hours. Both Sierra 1 and Sierra 3 are assessed killed within 90 seconds of each other. 4 submarines neutralized. 2 remain, Sierra 5 and Sierra 6. And Sierra 6 is still moving dot at 5:49 hours. Sierra 6 makes its decisive move. The contact accelerates to maximum sprint speed, estimated 17 knots submerged, a performance envelope consistent with the upgraded Faute-class platform. It cuts across the thermal layer with a shallow ascent profile, minimizing its acoustic signature degradation while maximizing approach geometry against Lincoln. The contact is 11 nautical miles from the carrier. At 17 knots, weapon release range is achievable in under 14 minutes. The tactical action officer aboard Lincoln declares Sierra 6 a priority engagement. Every available asset pivots. The sky erupted with rotor noise. 3 MH-6 ORS converge on the contact simultaneously. The AN-QS-22 dipping sonar arrays pierce the water at 5:51 hours. All 3 helicopters holding contact simultaneously from different bearings, triangulating Sierra 6's position to within 200 meters. The torpedo solution locks. The exercise director authorizes release. Simulated Mark 54. Away. 41 seconds to simulated impact. Sierra 6 detects the inbound weapon at 5 hours 52 minutes and 19 seconds hours. The acoustic signature of a homing torpedo. Unmistakable, even in exercise scoring. The contact executes an emergency evasion, deep dive, maximum speed, ejecting acoustic countermeasures. The maneuver is textbook. It is insufficient. At 5 hours 52 minutes and 59 seconds hours, exercise adjudicators assess Sierra 6 as hit. 5 down. Fatally damaged under scoring protocols. Sierra 5 remains. The 6th contact, the quiet one. Sierra 5 has not moved aggressively. It has crept, silent, slow, under 3 knots, below the cavitation threshold that sonar systems hunt. It has used every minute of the engagement to close range undetected, and it has nearly succeeded. At 5:54 hours, the P-8 Poseidon reacquires Sierra 5 at 7.4 nautical miles from Lincoln, inside the inner defense zone. The discovery produces a sharp command from Rear Admiral Hargrove. All close-in assets pivot immediately. USS Gravely executes a maximum speed sprint toward the contact. Vertical launch cells are hot. The destroyer's AN-QS-53C goes to maximum active power, flooding the contact with acoustic energy. Sierra 5 is illuminated. It has no more cover dot at 5:57 hours. A second MH6OR achieves a firing solution on Sierra 5. Simulated Mark 54 release. 22 seconds. The contact makes no evasion. Under exercise scoring, Sierra 5 is assessed as killed at 5 hours 57 minutes and 22 seconds hours. 6 contacts, 6 kills. Total elapsed engagement. Time, 40 minutes and 22 seconds. The Strait fell silent at 5:57 hours. The rotor wash of returning helicopters was the only sound left in the operational box. Damage assessment in the post-engagement brief told a precise story. The carrier strike group had maintained 0 simulated losses. The USS Abraham Lincoln had not been penetrated. No simulated torpedo had achieved a valid hit on any capital ship. 2 destroyer-class vessels had absorbed simulated near misses. Assessed as non-lethal under exercise scoring, with notional splinter damage to hull appendages, categorized as mission-capable with minor degradation. The MH6OR platforms recovered with no losses. Trident 11 returned to base at Naval Support Activity Bahrain with a full mission data package. All 6 Iranian submarine contacts had been neutralized under exercise scoring parameters. The post-engagement timeline was reviewed. First contact to last kill, 40 minutes. The final submarine, Sierra 5, the most dangerous precisely because it was the most patient, was prosecuted with 7.4 nautical miles to spare before reaching torpedo release range against Lincoln. The margin was real. The doctrine held. Iranian submarine crews were debriefed by Iran Command. American crews were debriefed aboard their ships. Both sides had learned something. The tactical lessons were immediate, and they were not comfortable for either participant in that strait. A genuine Wolfpack coordination capability, 6 diesel-electric submarines, and coordinated timing that strongly suggested pre-programmed mission planning with minimal real-time. Communication dependency. Shaped by Iranian study of Cold War Soviet submarine tactics and adapted for the shallow, complex acoustic environment of the Persian Gulf, the American response demonstrated 3 systemic strengths that carried strategic weight beyond the drill itself. First, the layered anti-submarine warfare architecture functioned as designed. P-8, a Poseidon providing wide-area prosecution, MH6OR Seahawks providing mobile close-contact capability, and surface vessel active sonar providing inner-zone coverage. No single layer failed. The redundancy held. Second, response speed from initial contact to first simulated kill was 21 minutes. A timeline that exceeds established doctrine benchmarks for this threat class. Third, and most significantly, Sierra 5 was caught. The slow-moving, thermocline-hugging contact that came within 7.4 miles of the carrier was the genuine test of the system sensitivity. It did not penetrate. That result matters enormously. Strategic ramifications cascaded through regional security discussions within hours of the exercise conclusion. A deliberate signal to regional audiences and to Washington that the Islamic Republic of Iran Navy possesses the numbers and the coordination to threaten carrier operations in confined waters. The message was calibrated. The counter-message was equally deliberate. Within the engagement's first hour, the geopolitical architecture of the strait cannot be separated from this exercise. Iran has long understood that the Strait of Hormuz, 21 miles wide, at its narrowest navigable channel, represents the single most effective geographic lever available to its naval doctrine. The proximity of Iranian bases, the shallow and acoustically complex bathymetry, and the geographic compression of the operating environment all favor a submarine force built for credibility of Iranian undersea capability in the confined strait environment. Proficiency, refined through decades of cold, Platforms retains a decisive edge even when outnumbered 6-1 in. It is maintained through continuous readiness and demonstrated presence. The doctrine on both sides will be updated. The margin of 7.4 nautical miles will be studied. In Tehran and in Norfolk with equal intensity, for different reasons, 40 minutes. 6 submarines, 0 penetrations. But through the demonstrated and continuously maintained capability of those who transited under the flag of deterrence, and the willingness to prove that capability at dawn in 21 miles of contested water when it counts.